Hi guys, welcome to my YouTube channel. Today I have a little bit more of like a formal, like put together professional video because I'm gonna be telling you guys about how to get hired at Hot Topic and what to expect from the interview process at Hot Topic. So my credentials, I was a Hot Topic assistant manager at one point. I worked at Hot Topic 5 to 6 years ago. That's a really long time. I was thinking about it right now and I was like, wow, that was a really long time ago. Yeah, I was a Hot Topic assistant manager, not for that long, granted, but like it was, enough to like make a video on it, I guess. And I also was a seasonal sales associate as well as a associate. So, and I worked at two different stores, so I have some perspective. So that being said, when I was assistant manager, my part of my job was to interview people and hire them and talk to them and like, figure out if they were a good fit for the store. So I did quite a few. I think I did like hiring for the holiday season as well. I honestly, again, it was a while ago. I don't really remember that well, but what I do remember is certain aspects of like interviewing. Bitch, I'm fucking illiterate. Like, don't piss me off. I'm pissed the fuck off. Like, I'm so fucking illiterate. Like, I'm so sorry. I drank yesterday and I woke up like crunchy as fuck. Like, I woke up so fucking crunchy. This video is not about that though, but like I literally woke up so crunchy and like fucking illiterate. Like, my brain, I feel like I have like worms dancing in my brain right now. Like genuinely, like I'm so fucking illiterate. Like I'm already fucking stupid as it is. It doesn't help that like I drank yesterday and like went to bed super fucking late. I literally woke up at 1 fucking p.m. today. I woke up like a few hours ago. Okay. Anyway, so please fucking bear with me. Jesus fucking Christ. Okay. So what was I saying? Okay, yeah. So those are my credentials or like what makes me like me. But what was I gonna say? Oh my gosh. Oh Lord. Oh Lord. I'm so sorry. Skip like 5 seconds. Okay, I remembered. I don't want to edit this. Okay, I remembered. I'm so sorry. Okay, so basically, yeah, I interview people and I'm gonna go over like what it is you should expect and how to go into it. Okay, so what you should expect, the interview process, honestly, I don't think it would last that long. I think it was maybe like 10 minutes, if even that. It's pretty quick. I think that we would go over general questions. So obviously expect questions like, what your availability is like and what you have to bring to the table, or not what you have to bring to the table, or like how you can like fit in with the team, or like, things like that, like very like generic questions like that. The main thing that we look for obviously is definitely like availability. Like if you are someone that has like obviously like, and this goes for like any job to be honest, but like if you have like 1 hour like available, like obviously like that might not work. Like if you can only work like 1 hour a week, like that's not gonna work really. As far as like me personally, I didn't really care if someone like did or didn't have customer service experience. I do know that some managers definitely looked into that, but if you're applying for a seasonal sales associate position, I think you have a higher chance of getting hired even if you don't have any experience, because it's like a very entry level position. And also another thing, when you're going to be a seasonal sales associate, a lot of the time the shifts are going to be smaller anyway. A lot of the time the hours were literally like 3 to 4 hour shifts, sometimes like 8 to 16 at most, I feel like, but it was extremely part-time as a seasonal sales associate. And honestly, sales associate in general, like you're not going to be getting that many hours. Like there's a very low chance of you getting like full-time hours. I think the most that you'll get if like you're someone who like exceeds and has extremely open availability and you're very reliable and just has like you can work any day, any hours, and you like do very well at your job and you get it down, the most you'll get is probably like 32, to be honest. But yeah, so anyway, for seasonal sales associate, you don't have to worry about you don't have to worry about like your not having like enough hours available, because it doesn't really matter. Like it does matter a little bit, but like that's not going to be like of a big concern. Also, another thing, it really helps if you have open weekend availability the most, especially like during the holiday season. Like that is when we kind of like would schedule like multiple people. You might not get like, again, like hella hours, but like you will probably most likely want to be scheduled on the weekend. So that's the thing. If you are like, I can only work on Mondays, like that might not work, because like anyone's gonna want to, like everyone wants to work on like Monday or like, you know, a weekday when it's like slower, because the busiest days are on the weekend, especially if you're working in a mall, especially a high traffic mall. Weekends are going to be what you want to have available. You know, at least one of them, like I would say like Saturday would be like ideal. This was not like a problem for me. I was not in charge of the scheduling, but like I know the managers were like looking for that. So yeah, another thing also, we're going to ask those questions, and that's definitely something we take into account. But another thing that we take into account is some general like observation. Like, we kind of look at your personality. That's what I'm trying to say. So I think that you have like, your best bet is being very open and like expressive and like talkative. And I always say, like, even if you're someone that's shy, my best advice to you is definitely, this is like a kind of crazy advice, but I feel like if you're someone who's like shy, definitely try to like take on like a retail persona. And it's kind of fun, you know, step into like a character, and this character is like a retail associate that is very like talkative and like expressive and like good at sales, you know, and step into that character before going into the interview. Even if you're someone that's shy, try it out. Like, it sounds like really crazy, but try it out, because I was very shy when I applied for my first seasonal sales associate job for Hot Topic. I think that was my first job, actually. I think it was my first job. And I was getting like very like little hours, granted, but it was my first job, I think. I'm pretty sure. But I was very shy. That's not shy. I think I was just like nervous. I was just more nervous, and so I was like a little bit like quiet. I was like a lot younger than the time too, and inexperienced, so I was nervous. But I went in. I didn't do very well, but I still got hired. Because I was like faking it till like I made it, you know. So I was trying to be like really talkative, and that's basically like my biggest like advice in the interview. Just try to be like very talkative and show that you are out there. That is what most of the interviewers, not even just me, but like the other managers and stuff, that's kind of what we look for, is just someone that's like willing to like, oh my god, I almost choked my spit again. Like, I literally, like, oh my god, the other day I was like at a restaurant, not a restaurant, I was at a vegan food place, and like I literally like choked on something, and I was like literally like just like embarrassing myself. I was so fucking embarrassed, like, and no one like helped me, and I was literally choking. I was like like I was literally fucking choking. It was like fucking embarrassing, and I literally like right after like I like helped myself, like saved myself, I like turned to my friend. I was like, I'm so sorry, that was so embarrassing. I was like, I'm so sorry. But anyway, yeah, you want to show that you are capable. You don't have to be like the most like out there talkative like animated person, like, right, like, but like you have to be like talkative enough, and we just have to know that like if a customer walks in, you are going to be able to greet them. If you seem like you're someone that's going to ignore the customer, that's not good, right? Like, you can be shy. You don't have to be like, hey, welcome in, but like you can say like in your normal voice, like you can be like, hey, like, you know, like, welcome in, like, if you need help, just like let me know. We have to know that like you will be doing that, right? So that's something that we look out for, because there's a lot of different retail jobs, but I think Hot Topic is a retail job that is very customer service based, and it's very about like talking to people and like making sales and like, you know, getting things in people's hands, right? Like, it's not like, it's very just you have to be like a little bit talkative. So if you just show that you are very talkative and, you know, not quick with questions, but like you're responsive, and like you know, have personality and whatever, like, you have a high chance of getting hired, to be honest. That is what we look for, like, genuinely. Like, we just want someone who's like personable, right? And one of the questions that we might ask, like, sure, there's gonna be some very like more like serious like work oriented questions, but like one of them that we ask is always like, there's some fun ones that we ask, and there's a reason to this. We ask like you know, like, what's your favorite movie, or like, what's your favorite anime, if you're in anime. You don't have to, that's another thing too, so you don't have to be into every single thing at Hot Topic, right? You don't have to like anime, you don't have to like alternative stuff, you don't have to like, you know, bands, or you don't have to like TV shows. Like, you don't have to like fucking like Black Veil Brides or like Invader Zim. Like, you don't have to like these things to shop there. You don't even have to like know anything about these things, is my point. You don't have to like know anything about them. You don't have to like any of it, or like everything, is what I'm trying to say. But it is like kind of a good idea to at least like one thing, right? Like, if you like the animes, then that's good, because you are someone who has knowledge on all the animes. I was someone who did not really know much about anime, but I became familiar with it through like working there. Like, I can name like shows, you know, and when I first started there, I didn't know any animes, but once I started working there, I can name like a bunch now, and people would come in and ask like, oh, do we have this, and I learned through working there. So that being said, if you're someone who knows all about animes but you don't know anything about like music, we're not going to be like, you're not going to lose points for that. Like, we're not going to be like, oh, you don't know fucking like Bring Me the Horizon, oh, you're not hired, like, bye, like, skedaddle, sir. Like, no, like, absolutely not. At least like anyone who's reasonable won't do that. But basically my point is, don't worry about like studying up on every single emo band ever, and don't worry about studying every single anime ever, and don't stress about like, you know, knowing every single like Invader Zim episode, right? Like, you can just go in and like be yourself essentially, and hopefully I would hope that if you're applying at Hot Topic, you do have some general knowledge about some of the things there, or at least like clothes, you know, you can like clothes. You can be like, I like clothes, and you know, I like some of the items that you have to offer. But you also don't even have to be like some like Hot Topic lover, big fan. Like, you know what I mean? Like, you can just like go in, and as long as you like can sell and like put your personality out there, it doesn't really matter that much. But anyway, yeah. So don't worry if you're not like the most knowledgeable in every single category ever. Like, that is okay. Now, moving on to the next thing, I was saying that we do ask like fun questions, like what's your favorite like band or like anime or like whatever, or movie, and this is to get a kind of grasp on your knowledge, your general knowledge, because, you know, if it comes down to it, though, I will say, if it comes down to someone who's really, really, seems to be great at sales, and oh, I have another one. Okay, I just remembered another thing that I want to bring up. But if it comes down to someone who like knows how to like pitch a sale and is very talkative and knows a lot about everything there, and then someone who has the same traits, the same exact traits, someone else who has the same exact traits, but the one thing that they don't know is like anything about the store, we're gonna go with the person who knows about the store, right? Because it's like, if it comes down to it, and if we have to like go there and like narrow it down, we're gonna pick the one who knows everything about the store. Like, it's just, that's just, you know, like, it makes sense that way. Like, and I feel like that would go for like any store, right? Like, if we had to pick, like, we're gonna pick the one who like knows the most. So I would think that if you're applying for Hot Topic, you know some things, not everything, but like, you know, some things. Oh my god, what was the thing I was gonna say? Oh yeah, so at some point we also might ask you, one of the questions I feel like I remember asking is, if a customer walked in, what would you say? You know, how would you approach them, and how would you pitch your sale, or kind of like, you know, pitch yourself to them? So what we essentially mean when we say this, and the question might be a little bit different, but it's something along those lines. We want you to say that, like, if a customer walks in, you are going to greet them and let them know about a sale. And you can pick a random sale that's going on. Usually the one that's going on is going to be like buy one, get one 30% off. Or if you're more familiar with Hot Topic and the sales that we have to offer, or not we, but like the sales that they have to offer, one of the, there's like hot cash, right? So like, you can let them know like, oh yeah, like if you spend right now, you know, just go in with that pitch in mind. So, you know, you can go in prepared and be like, oh yeah, like if a customer walks in, I'm going to greet them and say, hi, welcome in, how are you? If you have any questions, just let me know. Something along those lines would be pretty good. Or you can even take it a step further and be like, oh, like, hi, welcome in. If you have any questions, just feel free to let me, I can't talk today. Feel free to let me know. Also, like, there's a sale going on today. It's buy one, get one 30% off. But yeah, if you have any questions, just like let me know. And that is what we're looking for. It's just like you again, like, you don't have to like have like a very like specific, like, copy and paste type of pitch, but like, we just want to know that like you have the general idea, and like, you know what you're doing, and like you're able to like come up with something, you know, and it doesn't have to be perfect, but something along those lines is like good enough. So yeah, like, just take that into consideration. And I think that's like, I feel like that's it. I just burped. I feel like that is basically it. I'm trying to think of like other questions. I think that's like the biggest thing. Oh, another question that we asked actually is about loyalty, and we asked if you would be someone that would be open and or good at signing people up for the membership, The email signups. Hot Topic is very email signup oriented. It's a very big thing at the company. You have to get like, I think it's like 90% of customers have to get signed up. And so that is, I think it's 90%. And that would be 9 out of 10 people. So if 10 people come in, 9 of them, you have to get them signed up. Or at least get their email and or number when they're buying something. So this will determine, again, if you are someone, if your answer is like, no, I don't want to do that, I can't do that. I mean, it might affect your if you get hired or not, but it could also just be like, if you seem very good at sales, the manager just might throw you into like the sales floor and have you selling shirts and like working with customers, and then we might have like a designated like cashier person. But we ideally would want someone that is open to putting themselves out there and not being afraid to ask people, hey, do you want to sign up for our loyalty program? And again, this is where the personality comes in, because we want someone who is able to like make that jump and not be scared to ask the customer, hey, do you want to sign up for this thing? So yeah, some managers might bring up loyalty and they might ask if that's something you're comfortable with approaching and doing. And there's a difference between, being good at it and being able to like, and being open to doing it, right? So, because it is kind of a hard thing to do, so like don't feel bad if you can't do it when it comes down to it, because that might come up in training. And some people are just better at it than others, and it's hard. It honestly is hard though, like it really is. Like I think I was pretty good at it, but I will say though, sometimes it comes very naturally, because a lot of the people that come in just are signed up regardless, or they know someone that is, or like whatever, but sometimes like people like will come in with their friend, and then they're like, oh, like my friend can like put their number and like whatever, so like that works too. But like anyway, that's either here nor there, but definitely something to get into consideration. And if you're not good at it, I mean, it's fine. If you're like great at like sales but you're not good at getting the loyalty at the cashier or whatever, I mean, they're gonna just put you in sales. If you're great at loyalty but suck in sales, like that's good too. What one person can't do, like someone else will like make up for. So I wouldn't worry about that too much, but you'll find your weaknesses and your strengths as you go. But also, like, if you've worked in other stores that are loyalty based or very heavy into loyalty stuff, it should not be that hard for you, and you know what I'm talking about. But yeah, I think I covered everything. But I mean, I don't know if there's anything that I missed, or if anyone has like any questions. Maybe I'll do like a part 2. And also not the sales, but like the employee discount is crazy good. I think it's like 40% off or something, which is like really good. Like if there's like a $10 item, you pay $6. That's like really good. I remember like being like, oh, that's so good. Like it was so good. But anyway, yeah, if you have any questions, let me know. Maybe I'll do like a part 2, but that is all for today. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you guys next time. Mwah.